Good afternoon, Fade to Black breaking news for this Thursday, August 17th, 2023. This is all of the news that you need. That's right. I'm Jimmy Church. Help support the show. That's right. Help support the show and get your Fade to Black T-shirts, the new ones, hand-drawn by Michael Avon Oming. You've seen his comic art. You know how great he is. Check out the new Fade to Black T-shirts. The links are below. You can get them two ways. It just helps support what we do here. I'm trying to go completely commercial-free. That's right. So get your Fade to Black T-shirts. Let's get straight to the news. On this day in history, 1896, George Washington Carmack unearthed gold in Bonanza Creek, a tributary of the Klondike River, now in Yukon, Canada, setting off the gold rush into the Klondike Valley. On this day in 1896. Fader fact, the Sesame Street characters, that's right, were named after Bert and police officer Ernie, the taxi driver, and Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life. That's right. I didn't know that, but now you do. Okay, let's get to the breaking news. Race Hobbs announced today the passing of Lee Spiegel. Yeah. Journalist, Huffington Post, amongst other things, radio host for many years. And, of course, a UFO researcher. He was a friend. He was a fadernaut. I'm just going to leave it right there. Godspeed and rest in peace, Lee. You earned it. A lifetime of commitment to our community. All right. Let's get to the breaking news. Self-checkout lines are everywhere. We know that. You got them in Target, you got them in Lowe's, Ralph's, Walmart, Kroger, every store that you go to. However, you're not going to find them at Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's president, John Basilone, said the rumor that the totally awesome and weird grocery chain was adding them was as false can be. And that's a quote. Self-checkout is here to stay. Yes, we know that. There are shoppers just like me who think self-checkout is faster, despite little evidence, by the way, to support that. But, however, since I'm doing the work, rather than waiting in line, the experience can feel like it's moving more quickly. At least to me, even if it's not. There you go. But I'm still shopping at my favorite store, Trader Joe's. I love the checkout people there. They talk too much. I dig that. Some days I don't talk to anybody but my cashier at Trader Joe's. Okay. All right. Just 5 days after the company Cruise, and that's the name of the company, Cruise, just days after they won the right to operate completely computer-controlled taxi rides in San Francisco at all hours, 24 hours a day, one of its units has got stuck in wet cement. Some things you can't make up. Check this out. Reports coming from both local media and social media on Tuesday show the front tires of a Cruise car sunk deeply into a drying part of fresh patched road at a construction site on Golden Gate Avenue between Fillmore and Steiner Streets in San Francisco. Other blunders from Cruise this week include, allegedly, almost hitting two women accompanying two children to cross a street, and a 10-car traffic jam following the Outside Lands Music Festival. Cruise explained that the festival created wireless bandwidth constraints that delayed connectivity for its vehicles. Yeah. And despite all of that, I still want to take a ride in one. Once. A team of researchers, including the Noir Lab astronomer André Nicolas Chenet has found a highly unusual star that has the most powerful magnetic field ever found in a massive star, and that may become one of the most magnetic objects in the universe, a variant of a neutron star known as a magnetar. This finding marks the discovery of a new type of astronomical object, a massive magnetic helium star, and sheds light on the origin of magnetars. NASA's Curiosity rover, by the way, I think it's on Netflix. You need to watch the Curiosity documentary. It might be 3 parts. Maybe it's one movie. I can't remember. I just watched it too. But you need to check it out, especially after you hear this. NASA's Curiosity rover marked its 11th year on Mars on August 5th. But the tireless spacecraft is still pushing itself to explore the red planet. Dude's got 3 legs. It's barely making it. It's broken and busted, but it's still doing its thing. It's incredible. Curiosity is working its way up right now on crutches through the foothills of Mount Sharp, a 3-mile tall mountain that was billions of years ago home to lakes and rivers. The terrain is very challenging, but the layering of the mountain provides unprecedented insights into the different eras of Mars and how the planet's landscape changed over time. This quest recently provided Curiosity and its team of drivers, planners, engineers, and scientists with its toughest climb yet. A sharp 23-degree slope covered with slippery sand and wheel-sized rocks. Yeah, if you know when you're driving on the freeway and you're out in the middle of nowhere and you see a 16-degree climb, right? And you're doing it in your car, 19-degree climb. And you're like, man, yeah, that's pretty steep. Imagine that, 23 degrees, and you do it with a cast on your leg and one crutch. That's what's going on. It's impressive. Curiosity is now continuing its ascent of Mount Sharp to access new, higher areas for investigation. Go watch the documentary. Then you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. Now, it's going to be going down in about 6 days. This is a big deal. India's Chandrayaan-3 lunar lander is flying on its own right now ahead of its historic landing attempt. The Indian Space Research Organization, otherwise known as ISRO, said today that its moon lander is now flying on its own after separating from the propulsion module that brought it into the lunar realms. The lander, called Vikram, carries on board a small rover called Pragyan. The mission calls for the duo to explore the surface for a lunar day, which is 14 Earth days until dark, right? And so when that happens, the lander and its rover will deplete both of their batteries. Why don't they solar? Anybody heard of solar? The lander touchdown is scheduled for this Wednesday. Today's Thursday, 6 days from today, on August 23rd. A 20-story rock face in Alaska called the Colosseum. You need to go look at these images and photographs. Is covered with layers of footprints belonging to a range of dinosaurs, including a tyrannosaur. The rock face, located in Denali National Park and Preserve, currently stands around 218 feet, but around 70 million years ago, during the late Cretaceous period, the rock was a muddy sediment that likely surrounded a watering hole on a large floodplain. This likely explains the diverse array of dinosaur prints in the cliff face, including the juveniles and adults of various large plant-eating, duck-billed, and horned dinosaurs, as well as carnivores such as raptors, non-avian flying reptiles, and at least one tyrannosaur. Yeah, you should see. Man, I'm telling you, there was traffic. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And finally, I'm gonna leave you with this. I got to keep. I just got to stay with the national park stuff here because most hikers hoping to reach the summit of Half Dome require hiking boots and a permit. But one climber recently did it barefoot and without a hall pass. A black bear. Yosemite National Park is home to between 300 to 500 black bears. Catching sight of one there isn't unusual, but finding one at the summit of Half Dome, which stands at a whopping 8,842 feet above sea level, even higher than its neighbor El Capitan, is a real shocker. Yosemite Park rangers just posted on Facebook, and I'm quoting, rangers recently discovered evidence of a black bear's presence on the summit of Half Dome. Yosemite bears are excellent climbers and can easily tackle the 46-degree angle, 46 degrees, with no cables needed, end quote. Now, the cables that they are talking about here are bolted into the final pitch. Remember how many degrees that we are talking about here. And the final pitch of the 7-mile ascent to the summit, helping, us with two legs to climb it. And it's a smooth slope and it's slippery. And you've got to do it single file, but not with a black bear. No, apparently not. Half Dome is a granite rock formation that is one of the park's landmark spectacles. The bear joins some 45,000 hikers who attempt to climb Half Dome every summer, attracted by those sheer, smooth pitches. Now, what was the evidence they found? The rumor is that there were claw marks on a few Cliff Bar wrappers. Yeah. There you go. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Thursday, August 17th, 2023. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Newman. I want to remind everybody tonight, first-time guest, Kim Carlsberg is with us. This is a very big show. So I'll see you tonight with Kim Carlsberg. But until then, I just have one thing to say. Go back, Lee Tappy.